Hi everyone, this is Shirley from Shirley's World Vlog. I'm here for my Thursday evening chat. I'm hoping that there's some people coming here. It shows 3 people here already. Good. I don't know how long I'll be on here because this afternoon I got when I get a migraine, I get an aura first. A lot of people get auras, A-U-R-A, auras, before a migraine. I used to get horrible migraines and like multiple migraines. When I got older, they sort of went away. I was treated for them with a medication that before they have the medication that they have now, they gave you, I think I took Inderal, which that was just sort of a side effect that it helped migraines. But it sort of broke the cycle for me, and I never had those migraines over and over and over again like I used to. And then as I got older, my migraines seemed to just disappear, which thank goodness. But in the last couple of years, I've gotten just a few, but I've been able to get ahead of them when I would get the aura, which is like it's hard to describe. It's a blind spot I get, and it's like a wiggly little thing around it. It's like a blind spot with little wigglies around it. That's my aura. Everybody gets something different. But if I take just 1 or 2 aspirin with caffeine's important for migraines. So like an Anacin, it used to be, you can get it made by Bayer. It's called Back and Body. It's the same thing as Anacin used to be. It's aspirin and with some caffeine in with it. And if I take 1 or 2 of those and immediately go lay down and cover my head up so I'm in complete darkness, the aura goes away within usually 15 minutes. And then I can get up. Today, I started to get a headache. The aura went away. I started to get a headache. And so I stayed, I don't know, I sort of rested up in bed for like almost an hour. But I can't sleep in the daytime. It's not like I can fall asleep. So I finally got up, and I still have this irritating headache. It's not like a bad migraine. It almost, if I wouldn't have gotten the aura first, I would think this was a sinus headache because it's, hurting where sinus headaches do. And with this weather, I don't know, is anybody else having this horrible weather? It's August and it's like in the 60s. 60 to me is not warm. I've been freezing, as you can tell by my clothes I've been wearing. I'm about to get my long underwear out. I did read a thing on Google concerning the weather that this is called a false autumn. And don't be fooled that the warmer weather will come back. I hope so. I wish it would come back now. My furnace has been on. Yeah. I can't stand being cold. So, I don't know. You'd think with this change in temperatures, and I don't know what the barometer's doing, but that could cause definitely sinus headaches, I would think. So, but I did get the aura first, so I don't know. Just as I sat down here, I got an email from the vet. By the way, Bumblebee can't be here tonight live. She'll catch us on the replay. Yes, I got the results from Penny's diagnostic biopsy back, and I'll read them to you. And this isn't probably helping my headache at all. Okay, you know that my dog Penny had a mass removed from back by her anal gland on her back end. It was about, I don't know, this big. They thought it was about this big, and when she got in there, it was bigger, a little bigger than that. So this is what they say about it. Penny's mass is a tumor known as a spindle cell sarcoma. Well, my heart went to my throat at that point. These tumors are locally invasive, but have low metastatic potential. That's the only good part of this report. Low metastatic potential. We should certainly monitor closely for regrowth. If you are interested, we can refer her to an oncologist for further treatment options. So that's the report. The whole report is there also. I mean, the whole thing from the lab that did the biopsy. I have to put it on a bigger screen because I can hardly read it. It's such tiny print, but I did get the idea. So that's the report. That is, I can feel my blood pressure going up already. I think it jumped like 50 points when I got that. And my ears are getting hot, which is a sure sign I'll be spiking a blood pressure. So all this together is not a happy evening for me. Look, I even look flushed. But I did just take my evening medicine, which is my blood pressure medicine. So yes, please keep us in your prayers. This just doesn't seem fair to such a scared little girl anyway, you know. She's such a sweet dog. But we'll see. I just have to give it to the Lord. Sometimes it's very hard for me to just let go and do that. I don't know if anybody else has trouble doing that, but I always do. I try and try. So anyway, besides that, Diane says it's cool there too. Yeah. So all in all, today has not been great. However, I sent 2 packages out in the mail today that I did a yesterday's shipping video on, and I got 2 more sales that are back on the table there that I'll do a shipping video tomorrow morning. So at least I'm selling a couple things. These are eBay sales, you know. I figured maybe some root beer will help how I feel. Sometimes it does. Just a bolt of sugar. Sugar and carbonation sometimes just makes me feel better. I don't know. I figured maybe one of the things that gave me the headache, I worked for at least an hour and a half, and I'm not done yet. I'm working on a Sit with Susie video. I had a whole lot of video and a whole lot of still pictures. I mean, I'm going to take you way back to her baby pictures. But I just got everything on there. I haven't edited anything yet. So hopefully I can do that. If my head feels okay tomorrow, I should be able to get a video done tomorrow and have it on either tomorrow or the next day. The Sit with Susie video. My little chicken. My lone left, my only chicken I have left, little Susie. So while making this video and looking up all the photos and everything, I did learn something. I learned, I'll say this in the video too, but I learned that Coco, she's the one that died recently and left Susie all by herself. I thought they were in the same flock, but they weren't. And I have pictures to prove it. I have pictures of Coco. She was in the flock before Susie. So Susie is younger than Coco was. So I have to figure out exactly the age I can get the still pictures and find out when I took them, and then I can figure out from there. So yeah, that's what I was working on, but I was intensely working on the computer. Sometimes that can give you a headache. So maybe that's what did it. I don't know. But actually, I think talking on here and talking to you guys will help me with my blood pressure problem I'm having at the moment. Last week I spiked a blood pressure I have no idea why, but I could tell when I know my blood pressure has gone up a lot. I don't take my blood pressure because that would make it go up even more. I know when it's high. So what I did was, besides it was time for my blood pressure medicine then too. So I took my blood pressure medicine. I took a Xanax, which also will bring it down a little bit. I didn't do that now, but I will take one before bed like usual. But I called my son. I told him I didn't feel well. Would he please talk to me for a while? And he did talk to me and got my mind off of the whole thing. And it really helps, because it's a mental thing too. Once you get nervous and scared, when that's happening, that it just, yeah, the whole thing balloons. Yeah, so it hasn't been a wonderful day here. Besides being rainy, it hasn't actually rained. I think it's misted a little bit here, but it's cold and cloudy and sort of misty. I thought it was supposed to rain, but it didn't. Yesterday, Samantha was here, and if it hadn't been for the dog and the problem of her, I can't leave her with the cone on her head. If you'd see this dog with that cone on her head and all the stuff she does to try to get it off, and yeah, then leaving her, alone and we go someplace, I just can't do that to her. So I'm sort of stuck in the house with her until she gets her stitches out, which is next Tuesday. So she'll see the vet next Tuesday and she'll get her sutures removed. I can talk to the vet then about this whole thing. So, yeah. I know you people pray for us. Thank you. So I think I was going to say something and I completely forgot what it was. Hopefully it'll come back. Oh, talking to my son. Right. Yes. My daughter was at work and so I couldn't call her. And my son, he was at home. So I called him. Yes, he talked to me for a long time. And then actually Linda, his wife, my daughter-in-law, called me the next day and we talked for a long time too. So I'm not sure she called because of that reason. It isn't the reason she called. But I had asked her a question about the AT&T bill. I got my first AT&T bill after I bought the phone and the iPad. And it's, of course, so much higher than it used to be when I didn't have a new phone on my bill, you know. Now my son and with their kids, they have a phone bill with 4 phones on it. I only have 1 phone. And an iPad. Well, the iPad, no, the iPad isn't on it's on the bill because they have me paying off the iPad for 36 months. I didn't want to do that. I actually just wanted to buy the iPad. So hopefully I can just pay that off somehow. They have it stretched out for 36 months. I have to, of course, call them and figure out how to do that. I don't know. All this stuff, all of a sudden, all this different stuff like getting a new phone, getting a new iPad, learning what's different on them. But that's sort of the fun part for me. But then, the higher bills, all this has to do with, it's just different. When you're old, you don't like things to change. I've certainly figured that out. Yeah. I found when I was hunting through the chicken pictures, I found some, I think that's what these are. I think I found some new dog pictures that I had forgotten I had too. So I don't know. I put them off to the side. Maybe I'll make another video about that. I did find something online that or on Amazon. I discovered it online and then found it on Amazon that I think that I need. I really don't want to spend any more on Amazon at the moment. But this is, since my phone is now a MagSafe, it has a magnet. I bought something for in the car on the dash. that you just put your phone up against and sticks on it. Now that wasn't very much at all, but this is something you put around your neck. It's like a soft, but it's stiff hoop that you put on, and then it has like a little thing to put your phone on magnetically. It just sticks there and it adjusts. So your phone is here and your hands are free. So you can put it on. It's not for like running or anything where you're going to be bouncing a lot, but walking is okay since I don't walk very fast. Or if you're doing something in the kitchen, you can tilt it down and show what you're doing. How convenient that would be to make videos, you know. So I may just have to get that. But it's another, it's right around $40. So I don't know. The one there's one for 30, but the one for 40 has also another strap that you can keep it from bouncing at all. You have this thing around your neck, and then it has something that connects. You can connect it more around, tie it around to your back. So I don't know. I'm just rambling tonight. So I'm here for any questions. You have anything you want to ask, please do. Anything about, doesn't have to be about reselling. It can be about chickens, about horses. I mean, I only know so much, but I know a little bit. I know a little bit about a lot of things. I don't know if there's any, nobody has ever said that they were a vet that comes on here. I know Bryland that comes on once in a while is a pharmacist, but I think both her and her husband are pharmacists. So she's sort of in the medical field. But as far as vets or doctors, I don't know if there's anybody on here. I don't want to hear anything bad, though, so I've already heard enough bad news today. The leaves are not changing color yet, but there's some brown leaves dropping. I mean, there are some leaves dropping, but they're not pretty leaves yet. And I do have some trees around here, and especially across the road. There's some gorgeous trees over there, but nothing is changing yet here. I don't know. They say this is a false autumn, so hopefully it's going to get warm again. Now, not 90, please, but, I like in the low 80s or high 70s. But this damp 60s is cold to me. I don't know. I suppose when you're coming out of winter and it all of a sudden you have a day that's 60, it seems warm. But right now this doesn't seem warm. So how is everybody doing as far as their reselling going? Is it still slow, slow, slow? It's cool there. Diane says cool there, but it's been sunny. The sun would help today, because yesterday it was cool too, but it didn't seem as bad as today. And it's about the sun, I'm sure. Diane, you're staying number 1 with your crown, and Donna's number 2. And Cindy's number 3 gets a crown. Cindy's here. Yeah. The two things I sold today, I'll do a shipping video tomorrow morning, but one of the things came out of my closet when I was ridding out my closet, so that's good. And another thing is, I can't think of the, wait a minute, because I can't stand when it just goes out of my mind like that. Forever 21 is a Forever 21 dress. I'm thinking it came in a box. Either came in Bumblebee's box or the one from John and Keisha. Or it could have come a long time ago from a thread-up box. I don't know. It's a, clinging like a bodycon dress. That black dress. Stretchy. I don't remember when I got it, but when I get it out and look at the date it was put on, I'll be able to tell, hopefully. Show Penny's over here. Can you see her? She's right there. The white dog with black spots. Penny. She has her monkey with her little stuffed monkey with her tonight. Yeah, I keep her with me. Whoop. I keep her with me when I don't have the cone on her. I hate to put the cone on her unless I have to. So, yeah. So I try to keep her with me. Donna says it's cooler there too, but still in the low 80s. You could use my 60s. Well, I'd gladly switch with you. Yeah. Well, tomorrow, like I said, I'll work on, if this headache goes away, I'll work on the chicken video. I don't want to do a lot of computer stuff if I still have a headache. Hopefully it'll go away after tonight, sleeping all night, hopefully. Oh, yes. When Samantha was here yesterday, we went out to the garden because she can walk through that mess of weeds, whereas it trips me. I can't even get to the stuff. So either Mark has to pull the things that I can't reach from outside the fence, or she went in there. So we pulled out several tomatoes, nice tomatoes, and a couple cucumbers, of course. One more eggplant. I should have brought it in here. And my first acorn squash. There's another one out there almost ready. And then I have a bunch of butternut squash, but they won't be ready for a while. They're winter squash, as is acorn squash, but the acorn squash got, got ripe sooner. Penny, no, no. Mm-mm. She's very sneaky. Yes, so, oh, and some yellow banana peppers. One I didn't see that was ready, or Mark must not have seen it because it's already turned orangey, which is fine. It tastes all the same. If you leave peppers on the vine, like even green peppers, eventually a green pepper will turn yellowish and then reddish, like orange. And probably if you left it on long enough, it would get red. I think it just has to do with the ripeness, the color. Uh, that's what I found anyway. I mean, I've picked some that I thought I was planting green bell peppers when I used to have the bigger garden, and they were absolutely, by the time I found them, they were absolutely red, like a red bell pepper. And they taste exactly the same. What's the matter? I think, poor Penny, I think probably at this point her stitches are starting to itch. And that must be awful not being able to scratch her stitches without having me yell at her. Yeah. But, yes, the tomatoes are delicious. There's nothing like a ripe tomato from your garden. And I have quite a few of them now. I have a couple ripening up on the windowsill that when I was picking the red ones last week, they sort of fell off. So I just brought them in. They'll ripen up on the windowsill. But the red ones that we picked, I cut one, sliced one, and it's just so delicious. The eggplant is great. The first one I picked was bigger, and this one is just a nice size. It's just about this big. And Samantha says, "Do you want me to leave it on there to get bigger?" I said, "No, I like that. That size is fine." So it was shiny and satiny, so it's good. So I had to make that again. I just saw a new recipe on where they sliced it longwise. They sliced it long ways thin. And then I have to look at the recipe again. And then they sort of rolled something up in it and fried it. But I have to go look at it. It looked interesting. So I'm going to go look up that recipe again. You had tomatoes for lunch? I know. They are. You can't beat the ones from your garden. Even the ones from the store that they say like Ohio grown fresh on, tomatoes, in season tomatoes, they still don't taste the same as the ones from your garden. Because I think that they picked them for the store. I think they picked them green or almost just reddening a little bit. And then they don't get all the way red on the vine. I think that's when they get the sweetest. I wish I had planted carrots because I didn't. And some people say it's not too late in August to plant carrots. I have no room. You know, once the weeds took over, there's no room to plant anything. This is the worst I've ever done as far as weeds go. I just can't do that anymore. I can't. Maybe if the weather had been different, here's my excuses. I think the weather, it was so hot, I couldn't go out there in that heat. And then we had the rain, the heat and the rain, the heat and the rain. I mean, that's jungle temperatures, jungle weather. So everything just flourished, not only the vegetables, but the weeds. So, within a few days, I couldn't even walk out there. That's my excuse. But that's the truth. So I guess that's about all I have to tell you today. Looking for me tomorrow, sometime in the late morning, early afternoon for a ship with me video. And then a chicken video coming up soon. As soon as my headache goes away. But please forgive me for being so short tonight. Hopefully I can get rid of this headache and get my blood pressure down. Because that's not helping the headache either. Maybe I should call my son again. Or my daughter-in-law. I tell you this? My granddaughter is now all moved into college. They moved her in last week. I ran across some pictures of her with the chickens when she was just little, when she was like 5. They're so cute. See, she would sit and feed the chickens and, have them hop up on her lap and everything. But my grandson, being a little boy, he was like 2 years younger. So he's like 3 or 4, and he's just chasing the chickens. Yeah, that's the difference. Ohio State. She's going to Ohio State. Yay, Buckeyes. So I will see you in videos in the next couple days. And I will be back on here live, hopefully with some things I sold all week on Sunday at 4 o'clock. So, yes, please keep us in your prayers. And I'll let you know what the vet, well, that's not till next week, Tuesday, when I see her. So, thanks for your understanding and your prayers especially. And I have to go hug my dog now. So see you in the next video.